ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is this afternoon expected to deliver closing remarks at the 26th ANC Youth League conference. Last night, Collen Malatji was elected unopposed as president, while Phumzile Mncina will be the league's first woman deputy president. Nqobile was voted in as Secretary General, with Tsakani Chiviti and Olga Siate, the first and second Deputy Secretary Generals. Zwelo Masilela will serve as the Treasurer General. Over 2,000 delegates from across the country are attending the gathering at the Newzroom Expo Center in Johannesburg. Now, Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is at Newzroom, where that conference is taking place, and joins us now for the latest. Nqobile, what are we expecting today?
Well, we do know that the president is going to be arriving at about 1 o'clock. There's been an announcement to ask everybody to go inside as they start what I believe is called plenary. As you can hear behind me, they are asking people to go in. They are getting ready to have President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, addressing and coming in. So for now, though, I want to focus on the new elects. And of course, this means that we speak to Nqobile, who we understand that the president of the ANC Youth League is going to be coming from. I mean, obviously this must be pride and joy for Nqobile region.
Thank you very much. No, we are very much excited that as a region, in a lifetime of the ANC Youth League, we have then produced a president after Oliver Reginald Tambo. So we are very much excited, and we believe that young people of South Africa are going to find expression under the leadership of Mr. Collen Malatji.
And I mean, I do understand that for quite some time, that's 8 years, there hasn't been that sort of leadership where you have sat down and elected somebody. For that 8 years, the young people had nowhere to look. Am I correct?
Yes, no, that's true. You know, since the disbandment of the ANC Youth League, it has taken us so much time to recover, because even in 2015, when Collen Malatji was elected, the Youth League was not the voice that young people had known it to be. So hence why we fought so hard that this Congress must then sit, so that we give young people the right to leadership. We give young people the voice that they've always had under the ANC Youth League leadership. Hence why under this conference, or the 26th National Congress of the Youth League, we are saying young people are going to find back their confidence that they have lost over the years, because we understand where the president of the ANC Youth League is coming from, as he has been also a president of COSAS, and we know the track record of what it is that he has done whilst he was in the student movement, and we do not believe that he can then fail now when he is leading the ANC Youth League in South Africa here.
And I mean, let's talk about the student movement. The student movement at this point has more EFF that is leading it. We understand that the last president that the ANC Youth League had was Julius Malema. And of course, with the official now new president, how are you going to make sure that the students still regain that belief in you?
Okay, firstly, you know, when there is no leadership, young people will then lead themselves. Hence why all this time they felt that the only organization that can then champion their interest was the EFF. Yet we had SASCO, we had YCL, we had the ANC Youth League in campuses, but they were not vibrant because we did not have a proper structure. We were just operating on task teams. And I'm saying today to you, one, I've touched on the track record of the president of the ANC Youth League that has just been elected right now, that even when he was still a student leader in COSAS as a president, he fought for many issues that were affecting young people or scholars by then, and many of them were achieved by his leadership. And we are saying now, as the ANC Youth League is back and alive, young people are then going to have a choice. They'll be able to go back to the organization that they believe in, the organization that can be able to champion their their interest at heart was speaking the issue of free education. It has not yet been achieved in its totality. It is part of the organizational commissions that it's going to be deposited to the Congress, so that the newly elected leadership can then understand what it is that it needs to do for students in South Africa and assist SASCO in all our campuses in the country.
And I mean, there are problems, of course, for young people. A lot of them go into those universities, they study and they come out, they have no jobs. Those are some of the things that I believe young people would like to look into. How are you going to look into these matters? How are you going to help young people in that sense?
No, thank you. You know, in the address of the current president about a week ago when we hosted the Cadres Assembly, he touched on very critical points which will then be able to alleviate poverty in our country. One is to make sure that we fight for economic freedom. As you have seen before, whilst we're still contesting for the presidency, the slogan was economic freedom or death. It is either we fight with whatever it is that we have to gain our economic freedom, or we die and perish, because it means that we do not have any reason to be alive. So the mostly points where the president is focused on, one is the issue of mining, where young people will need to be deposited to in order for them to gain the skills of how to polish the raw materials that are mined in our country and polished outside. Then they come back as finished products here, yet they do not create employment for us. That is his main objective, where he wants to start in order to fight the issue of unemployment. Secondly, you speak to the issue of getting young people access to higher education so that they can get skills and be able to compete in the industry and be able to create employment for them and all that. Yeah.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Sempiwa Patose, who is from Ekurhuleni's region spokesperson. And of course, there is great hope that now that there are new elections in terms of the ANC Youth League, that there is going to be change. As he says, they want to be the voice for the people.
Nqobile Madlala, thank you for that update.